Does intermittent fasting plus exercise equal amazing results? Let's find out. So I get this question a lot where people are curious. If I intermittent fast and I combine it with exercise, is this going to give me the best result? Am I going to have the best body composition change? Meaning, can I maximize my fat loss and muscle building with a combination of intermittent fasting coupled with exercise? So let's break it down and explain the mechanisms of this. I'm a huge fan of body recomposition, meaning losing body fat and building muscle at the same time. Some people think you cannot do that. I'll be the first to tell you that as a beginner or even intermediate, you can. I've seen it in DEXA scans. It comes down to having the right strategy with your intermittent fasting in relation to your exercise. So I'll literally tell you what it could look like for you. Let's say, for example, you weight train 4 times per week, every second day. On the days that you resistance train, your calorie intake might be high. You might be at 2,500 calories, whatever it looks like for you to be in a little bit of a surplus for muscle building. Now, obviously with the exercise you're doing, you've got a proper schedule, you're doing your compound lifts, your progressive overload, all the things that constitute muscle growth. You're doing those things well, but you are in a slight surplus for that muscle building. Now, on the days that you are resting, like active rest where you're not weight training, that's when you can institute some type of intermittent fasting protocol. So let's say every second day between those weight sessions, you're doing a 18 to 23 hour fast where you're just having 1 or 2 meals late in the day at the very end and you're fasting all the way through the day. I would personally use some essential amino acids through the day to act as a muscle building substrate, even in the absence of calories. But basically, because you're fasting all through the day and you're just having maybe 1 meal, it might be 1,000 calories. So straight away, you're going from 2,500 calories to build muscle, fueling muscle building on those days, and you're ripping it way down low to 1,000 calories on your rest days to maximize fat loss potential. So this is essentially what's called a calorie cycle, where you're cycling your calories up and down based on your output and your stimulus. I've found that the combination of these two things is actually very useful for optimizing body composition change. Even if you fast, if you consume too many calories in your feeding window, you will gain weight. Fasting is not some panacea. It's just a tool to help you remove meals to get into some type of caloric deficit. If you consume too many calories on your training days, let's say for you to be in a slight surplus to initiate muscle protein synthesis, you're at 2,500 calories. But if you're consuming 3,000 or 3,500, that surplus is going to spill you over and it's going to blunt your fat loss potential on your rest days. So you need to make sure that you're walking that tightrope accurately. So in summary, intermittent fasting combined with the right exercise routine can be a really useful tool for body composition change, for losing fat, building muscle at the same time, calorie cycle. But as you can see, you need to make sure that your training is good. You need to make sure that you're in a little surplus on your training days, and then on those rest days, you're in a steep deficit using amino acids to help initiate that maximum fat loss.